now exists, and they are recording tonight's game, and you'll be able to see tonight's game live on their, not live, but tape delayed on their website at hillsdaletv.com, starting at around 10 o'clock. So about half an hour after tonight's game ends, they will have the game with Bob and Scott doing the commentary on it.
Oh, good.
So we got to be careful. TV's got all sorts of different rules about saying booger. But HillsdaleTV.com, if you want to watch tonight's game, if you can't be here, and that'll be on around 10 o'clock or so tonight. And then if you can't catch it tonight, you can catch it, look for their information on Facebook. Just type in Hillsdale TV on Facebook, and you'll find all the information for tonight's game there. Scotty, one of the main things that you see tonight when you look at the Hillsdale Hornets to start with is that they ain't got a whole lot of Hornets down there.
No, they don't. I think there were 24 maybe on the roster,
yes.
And we got a couple of kids hurt, at least one. And but that's, over the years, that's kind of been, the number. Maybe from 20,
25 to 30, right
20,
in there, yeah.
22 to 28, somewhere in that area. So, but I'll tell you what, they're good quality kids.
They are.
I'll tell you that. They're a good bunch of kids here.
Now, as you look, though, across the field, one of the basic or big things, and I mean that literally, that stand out about the Jonesville team, Scott, is they got some beef.
Yeah, they do.
I mean,
Holy
they got a
mackerel.
couple of kids. For example, they got Branson Baldridge, who's a junior, 6'3", 360. And he's small.
What do they feed him over there?
I don't know.
My gosh, it's only 3 miles away,
Yeah, Brandon Wolfel, the senior, 5'6", 385. And then they've also got in there, let's see here, Hunter Young, he's a senior, 6'2", 290. And they got these guys on both the offensive line and the defensive line. So if Jonesville is looking to run the ball, especially on offense, Hillsdale's got to do some adjusting because you got 1,000 pounds up there on the front line.
Let's just hope they're quicker. But there's another kid, 260. There's another one, 290. So, holy cow.
They got
right down the line. But
they got some good, solid kids over there in Jonesville. And, of course, this rivalry got started here a couple of years ago when the Hornets and the Comets met in the first round of the Division VI playoffs back in 2013. They had played just one other time, all the way back in 1970, when Jonesville beat Hillsdale at Jonesville 29-16. And since that time, for 43 years, everybody's saying, well, Hillsdale and Jonesville should play. And then there was a big argument about, well, Hillsdale's bigger, Jonesville's not big enough, and it's just not fair, blah, blah, blah. Well, they were forced into playing each other in the playoffs, and Hillsdale won that game 29-14 over at Jonesville. The Comets went 7-2 that year, Hillsdale 6-3, so Hillsdale on the road. And then they've opened up with the Comets the last 2 years, and it seems to be working out for everybody involved.
It's fun, and you'd like to see maybe just a little bit better game this year. Hillsdale had the advantage the last 2 years in this first game, but like to see a good close game to start with, and that gets both teams thinking, well, we got to work at this. And Hillsdale's got, after tonight, Hillsdale's got a heck of a tough one next week.
They travel to
Portland, and Portland's always been a powerhouse, so that'll determine a lot. But tonight it's Jonesville, Hillsdale to kick off the season, and I said earlier it's sweaty ear season. We've got Bob and I have the headphones on with this giant cloth thingy, whatever, and usually this time of year we lose about a half a pound on our ears, I hope.
But you know what? It's better than freezing.
Okay.
It's
Sure
better
it
than
is.
freezing. The Jonesville Comets won the toss, by the way, and have elected to defer, so Hillsdale will get the ball to start. Back to kick for Jonesville will be junior E.T. Swilly. All 165 pounds of him. And he's going to move it actually from the center of the field, Scott. He's going to move it over to the far hash. So they will not be kicking off from the little X that they put out there in the middle of the 40-yard line. He's going to be kicking off from the far hash, and back deep for the Hornets is not going to be Reed Baker anymore. That's Devin Van Duzen, number 4. A whole bunch of new guys to look at, and they're going to squib kick it, and will be taken up front by the Hornets. And with the football up to about the 48-yard line is going to be one of the up backs. And that will be number 14 in your program, number 1 in his mother's heart, Mitchell Hood, a senior.
Well, that kick went very short. He tried to find an opening in the Hornet, between the two lines of the Hornets, and he did. But look at the Hornet field position. They're starting almost at midfield. Their own 48 to start the season. And Connor McCosh will bring him up in first snap of the year.
Connor, the backup quarterback to Martin Peterson last year, now in the starting role on varsity, will run out of the spread offense. He's got 3 receivers wide to the left. He's going to quickly pitch it around the right side, and it is incomplete. Pass intended for Van Dusen. Just a quick little pass out to the flat, and just not quite connecting on that. So it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Well, he either didn't make a move downfield like he was supposed to, or threw it in front of him, one of the two. But hey, he's not scared to start the season with a pass. So
no. In the backfield, by the way, with McCosh will be Sam Nash and Jake Lemeron. And Jake's going to get the carry, and he's going to go absolutely nowhere. About a 2-yard loss. Great read by the Comet defense, getting in there on the tackle. With the first hit, number 70, Damian Brown for Jonesville. Scott, they had that play read.
Boy, they sure did. And, the center this year is going to have to be a little better than last year's center when we had 6'4", 6'5" Martin Peterson back there, because
that's true.
Connor's not that tall, so he better have some good snaps going.
Now he'll hand it off to Van Dusen, who is in motion around the right side, and he's not going to get anywhere either. The Comets bottle up the Hornets over there on the far side. Nice tackling over there by Jonesville's number 45, Garrett Kellum. And so the Hornets will be forced to punt for the first time this season, as it's 4th and 12.
Well, as you could probably guess, they were a little tentative on offense there, the first possession of the year. They looked a little slow, a little uneasy, and that'll probably go away as they get a little more reps in there. But
so Joe Wilcox is back to kick. He's at his own 33, and now we've got a whistle. And it's the first time out of the season.
And we're only a minute and 13 into the game.
So would you like to talk about the injury on the Hornets sideline?
Well, they didn't have 11 guys out there. That helped, too.
That helped. But the Hornets do have an injury to start the season, which is going to affect the early part of the year.
Offense and defense with Trevor Hornack. And we're not quite sure. I heard a number of things, but he's in a knee brace right now, and he's walking around out there. But to the extent of it, we don't know. But we'll bring that to you, and we can. He's a very important part of this Hornet team. So
Cornack, and that brace goes all the way from his ankle up over his knee, so I wouldn't expect to see him against Portland next week either.
No. But I'll tell you, Bob and I talked about Trevor a lot during basketball season, and his vertical leap is just absolutely incredible. And he could leap over anybody he wanted to in the football field if he had the ball. So after 42, 43-inch vertical leap.
Wilcox, the left footer, gets it off. It's going to hit at the 40, take a Hornet bouncer at the 30 rather. Roll all the way back to the Jonesville 20-yard line, where it'll be down, so the Comets will come out on
and a flag,
offense.
Bob. There's a flag.
What?
Yeah,
come on.
Right down there.
Connor McCosh should down that football.
The referee motioned something, but I think this is, Bob, he went like this 3 times. I think that was a bug in his face.
I was going to say, it looked like
I'm not sure. I've never seen that signal before.
SWAT 3 times?
SWAT 3 times. I think it may be against Jonesville on a bad block.
They have, by the way, they have taken, illegal block to the back. There's no longer such a thing as clipping in high school football.
Yeah.
They have officially eliminated as of this year. It's a block in the back, but there is no such thing as clipping anymore in high school football.
We still will call it that.
Oh, we're going to call it.
Yeah.
So they'll mark the ball back. It's a 10-yard penalty after the play. So they'll mark it back to the 10-yard line. So the Comets will come out 1st and 10 from their own 10-yard line. We're just underway, 10:40 something to play. They're missing a couple of lights on the scoreboard, so the numbers are going to be kind of iffy tonight. But right now, Jonesville's got the ball. There is no score.
They have 5 wide receivers and nobody in the backfield.
No, and back to throw is Hoover, and he does, and it's short.
Threw it right into the ground. He was all by himself, too.
T.J. Thompson, the intended receiver, and he did. He had a couple of yards. He might have gained 6 or 7, but the ball never got there. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Hey, I know that kid from Facebook. I know him.
Yeah.
I know both of them from Facebook.
We know your dad. Hi, Zach.
We know his grandparents, too.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, I've coached with him a couple years.
It's amazing. You never meet people in person anymore, but you walk up to them and say, I've watched you grow up on Facebook.
Grandpa Robert is so proud.
Yes, he
is. So is Grandma Robert, yeah.
2nd down, and again, the Comets with nobody in the backfield. Quarterback will roll to his left. Hoover throws, and he throws it low, but it's caught, complete, for about a 6-yard gain. It'll be 3rd down and about 4. With the catch, I think, was that Jake McLean?
They may do
I think
a little.
It was number 30.
They may do a little passing this year. What do you think?
They may.
5 wideouts again. Nobody in the backfield.
Nobody in the backfield. So Hoover padding his passing numbers tonight. 3rd and 4 from their own 16. Hoover back to throw, looking, throws, completes it. No, they're going to call it incomplete.
Nope.
The intended receiver was T.J. Thompson, but he was drilled.
And it was short anyway, so that'll be a 4th down for Jonesville. Boy, they came out firing the ball, and 5 wideouts.
Jake Lemeron made sure that play wasn't going to get very far. So with the ball at the 26-yard line, or at the 16-yard line, rather, it'll be 4th down. Let's see if the Hornets rush. They've got 1 man back. That's Van Dusen. Comets only had 10 guys on the punt team. They quickly ran somebody out there.
Yeah, good snap.
They do have somebody coming in, just short.
Almost got it away.
Van Dusen will take the ball at the Jonesville 45, and there's immediately a flag.
Wonder what he did.
So the ball down at the 41-yard line, almost getting in there to make that block, Scott, was Brody Roberts of Hillsdale. He was just a little short. And the ball, they're going to mark that at the Jonesville 42. Van Dusen with a bit of a return. Another illegal block in the back, but this time on Hillsdale. So they'll mark it back 10 yards.
Well, I look back at last season, and after talking with Mark about the films and so on, that Hillsdale lost to Ida here after Hillsdale took a chance and ran a 2-point conversion in to win the game.
Yeah.
And on the replays, that was a very, very bad call, and it's still in my mind. I don't know why, but it was just, he called it from 30 yards away and had no business calling.
Little shovel pass straight ahead for the Hornets.
There we go.
That's Jake Lemeron, who will be close to the 1st down. Down to about the 40. Well, if they give him the 41, it is a 1st down. They will, and it is. So just a little shovel pass as Lemeron got himself into the middle of the lineup, in the middle of the line, and he picks up 11 yards. It's the first down of the night for either team. Quickly, McCosh almost got Jonesville to jump.
That was close.
Almost got Jonesville to jump. Standing over there at the right end is Garrett Kellum, and he wanted so badly to jump the line, but he held on. McCosh this time will hand it around the right side to Nash. Nash has some room, spins around, gets about 4, maybe 5 yards, down to about the 37, 36-yard line. I take that back.
Yeah, that's Lemeron again.
Yep, that's Lemeron. So it'll be a 4-yard gain to be 2nd down and 6.
We've yet to see Sam touch the ball, but I tell you, he was impressive in the basketball season, and he's quite an athlete. Just fun to watch.
8.5 to go in the first quarter, no score. Hornets with their 2nd drive of the night. High snap, and McCosh goes and gets it, then keeps it. He's going to be brought down shy of the 30-yard line, but still enough, I do believe, for the 1st down.
He is right at the down marker. That referee's walking right at it, but it looks like he may have gotten it by a half yard.
I think so. Are they going to measure? Really?
No, they don't need to. It's on the other side of the...
Well, the near referee to us wants to measure, but everybody else is... Nope, he's okay.
Oh, what are they? Oh, they're moving
move
the
chains.
Yeah, they're moving the chains. So it's a 1st down. He made it by about a half yard.
Head official's going, boys, down the field.
That does not look like the same crew. I think we have a different crew.
We got a whole lot of new everybody's.
I think maybe Dean Blank's still there.
I think so. 1st and 10, ball at the Comet 21-yard line. Hornets with the football. In the backfield for Hillsdale, Taryn Grant, along with Lemeron.
7:45 to go here in the first quarter, and so far they're just kind of feeling each other out.
Lemeron slips down the left sideline, down to about the 25, 24-yard line. Or actually, they're going to give him the 22. I thought he stepped out of bounds at about the 25, but they say no.
That's a good pickup of about 8 yards, almost 9 yards.
Yeah.
So
it'll be
2nd down and 2 for the Hornets.
2nd and short. You'll notice, Scott, that most of the beef that we talked about for Jonesville is on the offensive line. They don't have a whole lot of size up there in the defensive line, just speed.
Well, yeah, you better have a little speed on that defense. They got some big boys down there too, but
they do.
They're the quicker ones.
Second down, McCosh taking a long time, and now he'll change the play. Gage Height out there at the wide receiver slot will now move in. Now they'll put a man in motion. That's Van Dusen. And they're going to hand the football straight ahead. And that's Taryn Grant. And Grant will get the first down and a few extra down to about the 17-yard line.
His first varsity carry. Nice job. Gets a first down. I think I'll put that in my memory book.
And, Scott, if they keep moving like this, we're going to see the brand-new Hornet kicker.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess he's got a pretty good leg, but we don't know when there's people put in front of him what happens.
Well, we'll find out. Now out of the eye, and now they'll put Lemoran on the right side of McCosh out of the full house.
I was never built like that. That kid is built he's hit that weight room all these years.
Who's that, Lemoran?
Yeah, Lemoran.
I know.
Oh, my gosh.
He'll get the football, and he's going to be tackled from behind.
Somebody missed a block right there. Great job by number 34 in Jonesville.
Zane Ballard, the senior, just came blowing through the line, and Scott was right. Somebody missed an assignment, and as soon as Lemoran got that football, Ballard had him buried.
Boy, that was quick. Nice play by Jonesville there.
Loss of about 5. It'll be 2nd and 15. Ball at the 21-yard line. 6.5 left to go here in the first quarter. Still no score. Do want to remind you real quick that next week's game, Hillsdale at Portland, Thursday night. So mark that on your calendar, being Labor Day weekend. The Hornets will play Thursday night. You'll hear it right here on WCSR AM 1340.
We going to get a hotel room somewhere?
We may.
Yeah, it's a nice trip up there.
2nd and 15. McCosh looking to throw. He's got a man. It is complete down there on the right flat to Spencer Eves. And Spencer's going to pick up about
6 or 7 there.
Yep.
So they got back over the correct line of scrimmage there, but now it's going to be third and 9. So he picked up about 6 there.
And we'd be looking at, with the ball on the 16-yard line, a 33-yard field goal. And Miller's down here warming his leg up just in case.
You know, we haven't seen the pitch out yet. We'll have to see when that comes around. But that's Hillsdale's.
Van Dusen in motion. He's coming around to the left side looking for some blockers.
He's got a couple. There he goes. Down to the. He's in.
Is he? No signal yet. No signal yet.
Touchdown. Finally. Touchdown, David Van Dusen.
Well, you couldn't quite tell what side of that pylon he stepped over as they got pushed out of bounds. And the officials say the ball crossed the goal line. So it's touchdown Hornets to open the scoring with 5:22 to go here in the first quarter.
That was a 19-yard run, wasn't it?
It was.
In there, yep.
And now Danny Miller, the senior from the soccer team, will be out to attempt the extra point.
Oh, Devin. I'm sorry. Devin Van Dusen.
Devin Van Dusen. Good snap, good hold.
Oh, nice kick.
And it's good.
Nice kick.
So with 5:22 to go here in the first quarter of play, the Hillsdale Hornets have scored first. It's 7-0 Hillsdale. You're listening to high school football on WCSR.
Your gas fireplace.
The Sunrise Shops are here to serve you. Stop in and try one of our signature coffee blends, or even try one of our 16-head fountain sodas. With convenient locations in Jonesville, Sunrise Shops are always right around the corner. Here's to You Pub and Grub is the place to go after the big game, or anytime, to have a great meal and a great time. Whether it's trying one of our signature burgers or hanging out with friends, even a little pool upstairs, Here's to You Pub and Grub is the place for you.
What if you could receive nationally recognized healthcare right in your own neighborhood? What if award-winning inpatient and outpatient care were just down the street? What if they already are? Hillsdale Hospital has been providing award-winning health care to the Hillsdale community for over 100 years. When it comes to quality, award-winning health care, there's no place like home. Hillsdale Hospital. Caring. Commitment. Community.
Hillsdale Lufthauser GMC wants everyone to have the best vehicle purchase experience in southern Michigan. Whether it's sales, service, or expertise, we are a name you can trust. That's Hillsdale Lufthauser GMC.
I look forward to the day when Joe Phillip, wearing that Charger uniform, will be kicking them to Jonesville.
I'll tell you what,
or at least over there to the Arboretum.
What a weapon that is. And we'll see what Mr. Miller has here for kickoff-wise.
Danny with a boot, and he's going to put Jonesville all the way back to about the 7-yard line. Comets on the return, making a couple of moves up to about the 24-yard line. That looked like Jake Trujillo, number 38. It was. So Jake, with about a 24-yard return, gets the ball up to the, about a 14-yard return, I should say.
Brooks Hardway and Taryn Grant on the tackle for the Hornets. So the Jonesville will start
we're calling
right
him
around
Taryn? Taryn, not Tehran. Okay,
yeah,
Taryn. Taryn, okay. All these new kids.
I know.
So first and 10 for the Comets, and now they will run out of the offset eye. And the first handoff of the game for the Comets goes straight ahead for a couple as Caleb Hoover gets the ball to Jake Wilson. Wilson will pick up about 4 yards. Remember their first series, they did nothing but throw the ball and went 3 and out.
Well, a Hornet hit him first, and then Brody Roberts kind of grabbed him and shoved him to the ground, and Brody is a big kid. So he went down in a hurry after Brody got him. But
you know what? You've got out there for Jonesville, Branson Baldridge, the 366-3 tackle, right tackle. I'd just say Brayson, block, and then just follow him.
Stand up and be in the way. Yeah.
And now Hoover back to throw, looking, dumps it underneath, and incomplete. The pass intended to Carter Clements, but Scott, I've noticed that on almost every pass that Hoover has thrown, it's been right at their knees or their ankles.
Yeah. Couple at their feet, couple at their ankles. It's pretty tough catching down that way.
I mean, I understand that you don't want to, allow the opponents to intercept your pass, but you got to give your receiver an opportunity to catch the ball.
An option to catch would be really nice, yeah. Well, big third down for Jonesville here in the first quarter, trying to fight back after Hornets scored their first one. Hey, new clock guy too, and so far he's doing a good job, except Ben, it's only third down.
3rd and 6. Hoover pitches it around to the left side to Wilson, looking for some room, slips one tackle, slips another, slips a third, gets the first down, but then a flag comes flying in from the back judge, standing 20 yards away. He saw something.
That may be an inadvertent face mask.
Face mask or hold, I think.
Yep, it's a face mask. I saw Wilson's head turned sideways just a little bit. Yep. He got his hand up there, and
Going to be the 5-yard variety, but still first down for the Comets. So they'll add an additional 5 yards, put the ball up to the 40-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 Comets. 4.5 to play in the first quarter. Hillsdale up 7-0. Glad you could join us on WCSR.
And that's
Bob
our
Flynn,
first
Scott Phillips.
Rummler scoring update of the year, right there.
We're also on HillsdaleTV.net. So appreciate those guys filming tonight's game. Back to throws Hoover, looking to his left, throws it underneath, caught, because that time he floated it up there high enough for Carter Clemens to go get. Gain of about 3, maybe 4. It'll be 2nd down.
Taryn Grant right there. He was not going anywhere. He did a nice job just hanging on to that ball.
Again, if you want to watch this game on the computer right after its completion, about 10 o'clock or so tonight, you can go to HillsdaleTV. Is it .net or .com?
Yes.
Yes, exactly. That's kind of what I thought.
HillsdaleTV.com. .com. Okay, I was going to say, if one didn't work, try the other one.
And if you can't catch it tonight, you can always catch it on Facebook starting tomorrow. Hoover hands it off straight ahead, and getting a whole lot of nowhere this time is Jake Wilson.
Good job by the Hornet defensive line right there.
Push in there by Hillsdale's number 63. That's Brendan Rathman.
And Brody Roberts in there with him. And
Brody Roberts is like one of those 6-year seniors, isn't he?
Yeah, I think
He's been playing forever.
He was redshirted 2 years.
I think he was.
Not really, guys. Just kidding.
A late arriving crowd here at Baumgarten Stadium, by the way.
I tell you what, it's pretty good, though. It's filling in.
It is. It's
a nice crowd.
It's awful thin at the start.
But, man, it's getting there.
2nd down, or make that 3rd down and 7 for the Comets at the 43. Hoover back to throw, does underneath, and it's incomplete.
Right through his hands.
Right through the hands of Seth Young, and had the Hornet defense been paying attention, Jake Lemeron could have had a pick. You're ready to make the defensive play, and by the time you say, hey, he's not catching that ball, it's just too late to react.
Well, it's 4th and 7. He caught that ball about 5.5, or he would have caught that ball about 5.5 yards downfield. It would have been short. Hornets were right there on top of things.
So back to punt for Jonesville will be Jake Wilson, standing at about his own 29, 30-yard line, and back deep for the Hornets is Devin Van Dusen. Good snap. Pressure again. Nice kick.
And the big boy goes in there after.
And Van Dusen gets it at about the 18, and he's headed to the right side. He's up over the 20, 25, dives at about the 30-yard line when he's brought down at the 31.
Pretty good run back, though. He got around a couple guys and finally got taken out by the sideline. And we have somebody limping already. Brooks Hardway. We don't need that.
There's no limping on the first day.
There's no limping in football.
No limping in football.
That's because you're on the sideline.
Well, I tell you what, not getting up right now is Brooks Hardway because he stopped limping, Scott. He sat right down. Right there on the 30-yard line, and here he comes.
Here he comes, Putnam.
Now, Brooks, if you know what's good for you, and you'll get up before Putnam gets over.
Well, Mr. Cornak's going out there, too.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just a cramp, but he's holding his left leg.
Well, I think
and he took his helmet off.
I think Brooks has had a little problem with a knee anyway, and that's not good.
Well, was it basketball last year where he had, was it basketball or last football season where he was out there at the end of the season because of a leg injury?
Yeah, I think that's that same.
No, that's not a cramp.
Nope.
He is not putting any weight at all on that left leg, so that's not what you want to see.
And see, Putnam's not as scary anymore because he lost some weight. He looks really good.
He really does look good.
He slimmed down and lost some weight, so the earth doesn't rumble when he goes out there. Because that used to pop kids right up off the ground.
It did.
Oh, my God, here comes Putnam.
You know who they need to get there on their coaching staff then? Mario.
Mario.
You know, you have Mario coming out after you. You're going to get up. You know, you could have lost your leg.
And see, he's already got a knee brace on.
Yeah, I know.
So.
Well, he's trying to walk it off.
Well,
see if we see him later in the game. But the Hornets can't afford, with only 24 guys to begin with, you already have Trevor Cornak out. You can't afford to be losing too many others first game of the season.
Well, the Hillsdale JV started out pretty good shape last night, beating Jonesville 24-8.
And in the varsity game with 2:57 to play in the first quarter, the Hornets up 7-0. Van Dusen in motion, but they'll hand it around to Lemeron coming the opposite way. Jake's got some room, gets into the secondary, breaks free at about the 50-yard line before he's brought down in Comet territory at about the Jonesville 47.
Boy, a couple of great moves in there by Lemeron.
You know, normally when you bust it up the middle, you expect to get a couple, but with great blocking, and you mentioned those few moves, he was able to slip slide all the way down to the 48.
Did you see how long that took?
Yes.
It's like Connor held on to it forever, and I don't know if that was planned or not, but Jake finally picked up the ball, and all of a sudden there's holes. So maybe that's a plan they should try again.
So 1st and 10, Hornets at the Jonesville 48-yard line. Van Dusen in motion again. He'll get the football coming around the left side, waiting for some blocks, slips through the first line of defense, and then will be brought down at the 44. Nice tackle there by Jonesville's Carson Evans, 5'10 junior. So Van Dusen getting a lot of play early on here in this opening game, Scott.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's a fast kid. They want him out there running the ball and catching him. He's got some speed.
Just a junior. Hornets also have 3 sophomores on the team this year. And Spencer Eves weighs about 106 pounds, I think, by now.
Soaking wet.
Ryan Renicky and Todd Grubbs. So the 3 sophomores. Renish, thank you, on the team this year. I took a guess. I was wrong. 2nd down and about 7. McCosh to throw on the right side. He's got a man, Van Dusen, who caught the ball up on the side of his helmet. And by the time he was able to bring it down, the Comets just popped him after a gain of about 3.
Great tackle. And if he wouldn't have bobbled it, he might have gotten some yards, but he just couldn't bring it in here real quick.
Was making sure that he had the catch. Jake Wilson on the tackle for the Comets. Now inside a minute, 3rd down and about 6.
Wow.
Hornets making all sorts of substitutions. Better hurry up, boys.
In and out, in and out, in and out. I'm not sure what happened there, but 3 guys came out, 4 guys went on, 1 guy came out, 1 guy went back on.
Now the official's going to get ready to delay a game here in a second if they don't hurry up and snap the ball. McCosh has no clue. They just get it off. He was reaching for the flag, and Connor's going to keep it himself, get down inside the 40 to about the 39. I think he's going to be just shy of the 1st down.
Just a yard short. I think the Hornets will go for this one.
But I think they're going to let the clock run out. They're down to 15 seconds. So you might as well just let the clock run out. Yep, they will. They'll come over to the sideline and they'll talk about it, and Jonesville will go over to their sideline. That'll do it for the first quarter of football for the 2016 season. The Hillsdale Hornets on top by a score of 7-0. You're listening to high school football on WCSR.
For more than 80 years, Michigan Community Credit Union has had the honor and privilege of serving the financial needs of our members and our community. Today, Michigan Community Credit Union continues to serve people who live, work, worship, or attend school in 16 counties in southern Michigan. We are proud of our solid tradition of providing members with quality products and service that makes a difference. Our mission is to empower our members' financial success through education and innovation. Michigan Community Credit Union.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Here's to You Pub and Grub is the place to go after the big game or anytime to have a great meal and a great time. Whether it's trying one of our signature burgers or hanging out with friends, even a little pool upstairs, Here's to You Pub and Grub is the place for you.
And Zach Heiser, the new guy. That's coming up. The new guy coming up tonight following Tiger Baseball on Radio Hillsdale, WCSR. Start of the second quarter, the Hillsdale Hornets with the football. Fourth and about a half a yard for the first down.
First big fourth down of the year, Bob.
McCosh is looking to throw, and he's going to dump it, and he gets it to Lemeran, who just barely caught it, gets the first down and a few extra. Still on his feet, barreling all the way down to the 30-yard line. What second and third effort by Jake Lemeran.
And that pass was overthrown just a hair. Jake did a really beautiful job of bringing that ball in. So overall, it's a first down for the Hornets, and they'll have to get to the 20 for the next one.
That'll make you a little nervous when all you need is a half a yard and
you pass.
And you pass. So first and 10 Hornets, ball at the 30. McCosh at quarterback. Lemeran on his right side.
Everybody looks at their watch. That's funny. They stop. They're almost ready to go, and then they stop, and everybody looks at their wrist.
Take that back. That's not Lemeran.
Nope, Lemeran came off the field that time.
Pass around the right side to Van Duzen, and Van Duzen's going to get about 3 yards. That's Taryn Grant.
Oh, good job of tackling by Jonesville. They had 3 players over there.
In there was number 45. That's Garrett Kellum. Also 21, Will Taylor.
Gage Spratt was in there also.
So a gain of about 2 after all of that. It'll be second down and 8. And yes, that is Grant in the backfield with McCosh. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Second and 8, Hillsdale. Ball at the Jonesville 28-yard line, and now we got a flag. Nobody was moving. But I think somebody might have lined up in that dreaded neutral zone.
The dreaded, that's right. It's exactly that. Offside.
Yep.
You saw the big kid over there adjust himself, and I'm not sure what's up, but I think he knew he was, and then he backed up, and by that time it was too late.
It's too late.
Yep.
You know, the defense can move, but not like that. So they move the ball down to the 23-yard line, and again, it's the first game of the season, so Hornets now facing second down and 3. The ball at the 23-yard line, up 7-0, with about 10.5 to play here in the first half.
Well, the visitor side's full. They're lined up down the fence. The concession stand's doing a heck of a job, and
yeah, they are.
We've got a lot of people on this side, so it's a fun night.
Van Duzen in motion. McCosh back to throw over the middle, and it is incomplete. Ooh. Almost intercepted. Pass intended for Joe Wilcox. Thrown behind him, and the Comets almost with the pick down at about the 15-yard line.
That ball bounced in the air, and it was close.
So quickly back to the line come the Hornets, where it'll be third down and 3. Now Lemeran in the backfield, along with Grant.
Like Bob said, 3rd and 3 for the Hornets, and I don't know. This one's to Lemeran, I think. Nope. He's
They're
going
looking to throw. They were looking for height. They throw it to height, and he's going to be short. Pass covered about 1.5 yards.
Well, you need 3 and throw it 1.5. I don't know.
Gage Height was right there, and it was a perfect pass, and he was immediately tackled by the Comets. And now you're facing 4th and 2. So a gain of 1. By the way, how about that band? Did they not sound excellent during the national anthem?
They did a fantastic job. You didn't hear the little cracks in there like normal. They did a beautiful job, and you know their numbers are pretty good this year. They saw, and all of us up here were impressed.
Yeah.
So.
Dr. Rushing has them in mid-season form already. By the way, you know, no slouch to the Jonesville Comet Band. They're not here tonight because it's in a road game, but tell you what, that Jonesville Comet Band, pretty solid program over there as well. 4th down and 2, Hornets with the football at the Jonesville 22-yard line. McCosh on the blitz, going to try to get rid of it. Looking, here they come. He throws it, and it's going to be
he almost had it.
It was almost intercepted by Wilson. He couldn't hang on to it. And then Devin Van Dusen got his fingers on it. He couldn't hang on to it. After all of that, a simple incomplete pass, and the Hornets will turn it over on downs.
And you know, Connor, after running out of trouble right there, he looked like he could have run for it.
I think so.
And he decided to throw it into trouble instead, and he'll learn about that one.
But you know, when you only need 2 yards, you know, and you've got guys behind you, that's less guys in front of you.
That's right.
So tuck it and run. But it's easy to say that from up here in the press.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So the Comets, with about 9.5 to play in the half, take over at their own 22-yard line, down 7-0. Pitch around the right side. No, they're going to run the reverse. They're going to run the flea flicker. Hoover with a long pass. He's got Wilson wide open. It's caught at midfield. Wilson down the right side. He's got one man to beat. That's Devin Van Dusen, and he's not going to do it. Touchdown, Jonesville.
What a play.
They run the flea flicker, and it covers 78 yards, and the Comets are on the scoreboard. When was the last time you saw the flea flicker in high school?
Wow. Two pitches and
then back to the
quarterback.
And as soon as Wilson, who got the original handoff, pitched it to the man coming back for the reverse, he was headed down the right sideline, and then that second man froze the defense long enough, and then he finally pitches it back to Hoover, who just threw an absolutely perfect strike to Justin Wilson. And he's not going to do it. Touchdown, Jonesville. 78 yards later, he was gone. They run the flea flicker.
He hit him in stride, too. That was a beautiful, beautiful pass.
And Devin Van Dusen was trying his darndest, but he just couldn't catch up.
Here's a big turnaround from not picking up a first down with only 2 yards to go to that right away.
And now the Comets looking for 2. And we've got a timeout. Jonesville, they want to talk about this. If the 2-point conversion. 9:11 to go. What a play. Now, if you want to see that play, HillsdaleTV.com at about 10 o'clock or so tonight. If you go to that website, HillsdaleTV.com, right now, if you go there and you click on current events, it's going to show, I think, coverage of the street dance, the Checker Record street dance. They were there kind of testing their equipment out earlier.
Okay.
But if you go to HillsdaleTV.com after 10 o'clock tonight, you'll be able to watch this game on the internet, on your computer, your mobile device, and you're going to see a beautiful play. That was impressive. You know, you see colleges do that every now and again. Bigger high schools doing that every now and again, but you hardly see it in this level of high school, and the Jonesville Comets pulled it off to perfection.
Oh, that was beautiful. My gosh.
And Hoover just hit Wilson right in stride, and he was gone. So now the Comets will come back out, and they will try for the 2-point conversion. It's been since 1970 that Jonesville has held a lead over Hillsdale. They're going to give it straight ahead and into the end zone. Touchdown, or actually the 2-point conversion, Zane Ballard. And for the first time in 46 years, the Jonesville Comets hold a lead over the Hillsdale Hornets 8-7. We'll be right back with the Comet Kick in just a moment. You're listening to high school football on WCSR.
Friday night, and your kids should be
playing high school football.
It's a fun game, and it's safer than ever.
It's safe, and it builds character.
There's no doubt that participation in extracurricular activities help teach lessons you can't always learn in the classroom. Hard work, teamwork, ethics, integrity, respect. And we think football does that very well.
It's safe because the rules.
High school rules started taking the head out of the game 40 years ago and are constantly changing to keep safety at the forefront.
The coaching.
School coaches are, above all else, teachers. We bring to the game an educational perspective.
And the equipment are better than ever before.
Game equipment has evolved over the years to enhance player safety. And in high school football, we work hard to ensure that it's properly fitted.
As a result, serious injuries are at an all-time low. Seriously.
The statistics don't lie. Over the years, the most serious injuries are greatly down. And we do a better job than ever before being aware about injuries during games and about young persons return to play when an injury is suspected.
It's safe and it builds.
Strong schools and communities.
There's nothing like a football Friday night, where everything that's good about schools and sports is on display.
Lifetime memories and friendships.
Great relationships are built through sports, not just on the field, but on the bus rides and all other team activities.
And tomorrow's community leaders.
So many leaders played high school sports and gained the skills that have made them outstanding adults.
And it's mother approved.
It's a great game, and we want to teach it to your kids.
So they may be working on their kicking game.
Well, I'll tell you what, you couldn't have gotten a better kickoff right in his chest. He just wrapped his arms around it and fell to the ground.
So Mark Lemeron knows that one play does not a game make, but he was not happy to see that play come to fruition, and he told his guys just that, and now let's see how they answer. Again, they had 4th and 2 down at the 22-yard line of Jonesville, failed to convert, and on the first play, the Comets run the old flea flicker and score on a 78-yard play, and it's 8-7 Jonesville with 9:10 to go here in the first half.
See, nobody scouted that play.
McCosh with a pitch, and he bumbles it, but it gets it to Lemeron anyway, and Jake gets about a yard. Bad pitch by McCosh, but it nicely bounced right back up to Lemeron, who was able to get the ball and get a yard out of it.
Well, Jake is so calm and collected there. He just took his time, got the ball, collected the ball, and at least got a yard on it. Could have been a lot worse.
Well, that play caused the headset to come flying off of Coach Lemeron. Either he didn't want to hear what the coaches up here were saying, or he wanted to make sure that Mr. McCosh had his undivided attention. 2nd down and 9, ball right at the midfield stripe.
Well, we talked about that, a first pitch of the year. And
hand off to Lemeron, and this time it's to the short side, and the Hornets are actually going to lose a couple of yards. Nice defense there by Jonesville. Number 70 in on the tackle. That's Damian Brown. Also in there, Jake Trujillo.
Boy, they just came flying through, too. They had nobody in front of them, and Coach Lemeron went out and had a few choice words for one of the Hornet blockers there.
And we've got another timeout. I think Hillsdale's going to take a timeout. It's 3rd and about 13. And Scott, right now, last couple of series, the last couple of plays, the Hillsdale Hornets just haven't looked.
No.
I mean, they're actually looking like they're more in practice, just kind of walking through the plays instead of actually running the plays.
Well, I think, when you've got Jake Lemeron back there running the ball, that 4th and 2 was huge, and look what happened. Instead of Hillsdale getting on the board with more points and keeping the shutout, they turned it over, and, it's just those little tiny things that can make a big difference.
This is one of those timeouts, if you look down there, that reminds me of the Brad Felix timeout.
Yeah.
Where he goes out on the floor instead of having the guys come to the sideline, and there's no X's and O's.
Right.
And everybody out in the cafeteria can hear him. Everybody in the library can hear him. Everybody across the street at Phil Marvin's house can hear him. You know.
And if we're playing Dundee, Cabela's can hear him.
But it's effective.
Yeah.
And that's what Mr. Lemeron's doing right now. It's like, hey, he's saying, hey, guys. Of course, Jonesville's out there going, let's just keep doing what we're doing. Because with 8 minutes to go, and the Hornets facing 3rd and 13, if they can keep them from converting another first down, then, Jonesville's got another great shot to go down and get more points on the board.
Well, that's exactly right. And, boy, I'll tell you what, that play gave them a lot of confidence.
That
picks them up and revs them up and anything you want to say, but that's what happens.
3rd down and 13. McCosh in the backfield. Looking to throw. Thrown over the middle, and he's looking for Van Duzen, and it's intercepted. It was well underthrown, and it's picked off by Jonesville's number 38, Jake Trujillo, and the Comets will take over at their own 22-yard line. Van Dusen, the intended receiver, but Scott Trujillo was on the inside.
Yep.
It was
That's where the ball
well
was
underthrown, and it's picked off.
Van
Dusen never had a chance.
Well, Mitchell's talking to him down there, but that ball was just kind of a little bit underthrown, and it was right, it was a perfect pass, but to the wrong guy.
That's not the play they called in the timeout.
No.
So, with the ball at the 22-yard line, the Comets up 8-7. Jonesville's now got the football.
Well, we got ourselves a battle. We were hoping it wasn't going to be a blowout, and it's not going to be. This is a game.
2 years ago, Hillsdale beat Jonesville 49-14. Last year, they shut them out 56-0. Right now, though, it's been all Jonesville as they run straight ahead. Maybe a yard. Maybe.
Number 20
Wilson.
carried the ball for
Jake Wilson getting the bulk of the carries tonight for the Comets. He is a 5'9" senior listed at 170 pounds. Hillsdale has gone to the, we're not going to tell you how big we are, roster again this year.
That's exactly right.
So they'll give Wilson a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Out of the I formation. Hoover drops back to throw, rolling to his right, looking. He's got a man, throws it into traffic, caught, complete, getting the first down and a few extra is Seth Young, number 81, who caught that ball with 3 defenders right around him and then slipped through them all and picked up an extra 5 yards.
I'll tell you what, he threaded a needle on that pass. All I saw were blue jerseys down there, and how he got that through there, I had not a clue. But what a pass.
Ever since Hoover started throwing to where his guys could catch him instead of down around their feet and their ankles, he's been unstoppable.
And they catch him.
They do. 1st and 10, ball at the Comet 36. He'll hand it off. Straight ahead, Wilson. He's got a huge hole into the secondary, and he does a somersault right at about the 44-yard line, tripped up by Jake Lemeron, or he was gone for another 6. Lemeron was able to kind of swat at his ankles as he went by, and Wilson gets all the way down to the Hornet 43-yard line, and here come the Comets once again.
And there's a lot of time left. Trevor Hornick on his...
Wilson, the tailback, will get the ball. He's going to bounce to the outside, and he's going to get a whole lot of nowhere because right behind him was Brody Roberts, and Brody brought him down in a heap.
You usually don't get away from Brody Roberts. He wraps you up and takes you down. He's good.
And not getting up is Hillsdale's Jake Lemeron.
And that's not good either.
He's holding his right leg. Or his, yep.
Yeah, his right leg. Wow.
And again, normally the first game of the year you expect to see like cramping and stuff, and I think that's what this is, yes. When they pick up your leg like that and they start twisting your ankle, that's just a cramp.
Give him a banana.
That's what they say. But I don't know if you can eat a banana while on the field, can you?
Oh, sure. There's no rules against that. No.
Well, now you would know. Now let me ask you, when you guys went into the locker room at halftime and stuff, did they ever have, was there food in there in case you were?
Just some drinks, that's
water
about
and Gatorade and stuff. And
I don't think we had Gatorade back then. We had the boring water stuff.
Okay. And Muddy.
No, they didn't. No.
And Muddy saying all sorts of nice things to you, right?
Well, it wasn't Muddy.
Was it
Heppenstall?
Jack. Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
it was Jack. That's
Jack
right.
Heppenstall. Yeah.
That's right. Jack saying nice things to you.
Yeah. Bill Hughes didn't. He left the junior year, which he probably wish he didn't. But
right.
But Jack came up from Indiana. Or Illinois, and had a heck of a team down there, and he brought his son with him to quarterback, and I'll tell you what, Jeff Heppenstall was one of the best ones ever through here. He ended up playing at University of Toledo for 2 years.
Cool.
Along with Scott Resge.
2nd down and 9. Hoover. There's a little early movement, I do believe.
I think they did move a tad early, and it'll now be 2nd down and about 13 or 14.
Ball was given to the fullback, Ballard. Well, one of the linemen, one of those big guys, I think, just breathed, and when he did, the official said he was moving, so.
What a beautiful night.
This is gorgeous, isn't it?
It's a tad on the warm side still, but I'll tell you what, we've been up here and worse. The worst one was that storm last year where we were up here for 5 hours or whatever it was.
It was hot and humid, no electricity for half the game, lightning forever. I think that game got done a little after midnight. Why we played it,
there was 7 people, I think, in the stands or something.
Hoover back to throw on 2nd and 14. He's got a man underneath.
Oh, my goodness.
Right through the hands of Mitchell Beatty.
Oh, my goodness, Mitchell.
Mitchell.
I don't know if he heard footsteps or not, but you couldn't ask for a better pass. That hit him right in both hands and right by his bottom of his chest or bottom of his stomach there, and he just wasn't paying attention. That's all there is to it.
So it'll be 3rd and 14. 6 minutes to go here in the first half. The Jonesville Comets lead the Hillsdale Hornets by a score of 8-7. On a beautiful little trick flea flicker play after Hillsdale failed to convert on 4th down. See if the Comets can convert on 3rd down. The rush is coming.
And it's intercepted!
Intercepted by the Hornets. With the football and getting all the way down to the Jonesville 20-yard line is going to be Hillsdale's Joe Wilcox. And now a late flag. Beautiful. Either for taunting or celebrating or something.
Well, he horse-collared him, too. He tackled him by the shoulder pads and the neck, and you can't do that.
The rush is coming.
And it's intercepted!
Intercepted by the Hornets. With the football and getting all the way down to the Jonesville 20-yard line to get to him. And I think you're right. I think they're going to get him for a horse collar, but Wilcox with the pick. They tried to just throw a short little underneath pass.
Yep.
Personal foul.
Oh, they got both teams. Are you kidding?
Yep.
And it was after the play. They didn't even get him for the horse collar.
Right. So the Hornets with the ball in the red zone. With 5:50 to go here in the first half, down 8-7. Let's see if the Hornets, who have not played very well their last couple of possessions, can do something here.
Well, like I said, that long touchdown pass can lighten you up, but I'll tell you what, that interception can do it for the Hornets side of things. Man, that was a great catch, great pickoff, and all the way down to the 20, and now we're going to have a timeout.
The Hornets going to burn another. That's their last timeout, Scott, because you remember they used one real early.
Yep.
And they didn't have enough guys on the field. Then they had the butt-chewing timeout.
Yeah.
And now they got this one. So the Hornets have burned up their timeouts for the first half with about 5.5 to play. Tell you what, we'll take a quick timeout as well. You're listening to High School Football on WCSR.
Not feeling well, suffering injury.
Just one.
Just one. Tom Izzo, the men's basketball coach at MSU. The threat of school violence is something that affects everyone and needs to be taken seriously. Okay to Say is a confidential way you can report anything that threatens your safety or the safety of others. If you see or hear something that doesn't seem right, submit a tip to OK to Say. You can call, text, email, go online, or use the OK to Say app. You could be the one person who helps to prevent a tragedy.
So the Hornets will have the football 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line of the Jonesville Comets. Again, Hillsdale threw an interception. Jonesville then answered with throwing an interception. So the Hornets with the ball at the Comet 20-yard line.
Well, good news is Jake Lemeron's back in there after his cramp attack.
Fumble. Ball's loose on the field.
No, oh my!
And
goodness.
They're still fighting for it. I don't know if Connor get back to it.
Yep. They're calling 2nd down. So bad snap. Connor couldn't pick it up, and he turned around and left it anyway, and dove back before one of the Comets fell on it. But
well, I can tell you one thing: this isn't going to be a boring season.
No. But, that makes it tough. You get it down to the 20, and you're on momentum, and then you lose
loose on the field.
Right fast.
And they're still fighting for it. I don't know if loose on the field. Comets stunting like they want to blitz. They're still fighting for it. I don't know if
last time. I think that
Wilson did, yeah.
Yeah, I think he messed up the whole play, which is good. That's what they're trying to do. Fake it in. Is that 24?
I think it's 34, actually. I think that's Zane Ballard.
Okay. Well, he did a nice job of scaring them, I think.
Akash better hurry. Almost got called for delay again. He's going to keep the ball himself. Tried to hand it off and then thought better as he had 5 Comets swallow him up. Scott, he saw the wall coming, and as he turned around and handed it to Jake Limmeron, he thought, you know what, I better just hang on to it.
Yep, now it's 3rd and long. They lost a couple more.
Lost 2 more. It's now 3rd and 17. So the Hornets, with the interception, have all of a sudden decided to go backwards.
Well, this is a whole new Hornet team and a whole new Comet team, and they're playing pretty dead even right now.
And when you got a whole new kicking team, you know, have you taken him out of his comfort zone? Because now you're looking at a 44-yard field goal.
That's a long one.
Even for Joe, that's a long one, especially from the right hash. So let's see what the Hornets can do on 3rd and 17. They'll put a couple of guys out wide to the left. In the backfield, Limmeron and Grant. McCosh going to roll to his left. Throw underneath, it's complete to Van Duzen. Van Duzen going to be well short of the first down, but he did get it up to about the 18-yard line.
Yeah, he picked up some good yardage there. And now,
here he comes.
Here he comes. Going to try his first field goal of the year.
Danny Miller, the senior, replacing Joe Phillip, who again graduated last year after a stellar career here at Hillsdale.
I don't think we talked about any player more than we did
Joe. He
What?
even kicked during basketball season. It was impressive.
And what he did for this football team.
So Miller going to try a 35-yarder. He was hitting him from this distance in practice. It's high enough. It's long enough. It's good! Oh, Danny Miller, right down Woodward, as they like to say.
Wow.
With his first field goal as a varsity kicker for the Hillsdale Hornets, and the Hornets are back on top with just under 4 minutes to play, 10-8. We'll be back with the ensuing kick in just a moment. You're listening to high school football on WCSR.
Hot, dry summer months are hard.
What if you could receive nationally recognized healthcare right in your own neighborhood? What if award-winning inpatient and outpatient care were just down the street? What if they already are? Hillsdale Hospital has been providing award-winning health care to the Hillsdale community for over 100 years. When it comes to quality, award-winning health care, there's no place like home. Hillsdale Hospital. Caring. Commitment. Community.
3-5-C. That's what's showing on the scoreboard right now. Is that an 8, a 0, a 3?
I'm calling it a 0 for now. But
weren't they supposed to fix that last year?
Well, they had a year, you know.
They sent the wrong stuff.
Oh, geez.
There you go. So they ordered it and they sent the wrong stuff. So it's still going to be fixed.
Okay.
You know what? If the Booster Club, though, just wanted to say, you know what? Instead of sending us the new stuff, let's just get a whole new scoreboard.
Yeah, that's been there a while.
It has. So Miller to kick.
It's done well.
It has.
Put a lot of points up on the board over the years.
And he puts a foot into it, and it will
That's
take
a nice high one down to the
Wilson all the way back to the 6-yard line. He'll have some room to run. Now he'll stop again at about the 25-yard line.
And a swarm of Hornets tackled him. Finally.
You know, Scott, Danny does a very nice job kicking, and he will, I'm assuming, throughout the entire season, barring injury. But with Joe, and again, you can't compare because they're apples and oranges, but Joe always knew that Joe could put it through the back end of the end zone, you know, and avoid having a run back. Danny, you know, he's getting him back to about the 5-6-yard line, but if he could just give it a little more gas.
Yeah. How valuable was that, making the other team start at the 20 all year? I mean,
yeah.
Holy mackerel, that's big.
Now, granted, Jonesville right now is starting at their own 26, but that's, 6 yards is a big difference.
So 3:47 to go. Hornets up 10-8. That's our second quarter Romer scoring update.
And straight ahead to Wilson, who found a big hole, and he's up to the 30-yard line, gain of 4. That Jonesville offensive line, when you've got Jared Kaler at 260 and Branson Baldridge at 360, that's 620 pounds right there pushing guys out of the way.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you, years ago, Bob, when we had to play Quincy up at Hillsdale College that year in the playoffs with Mike Blanchard in the game.
Oh, yep.
When Quincy came out on the field, I swear that was the biggest college team I've ever seen.
I know.
I think they had 10 guys over 300, and it didn't matter because speed absolutely won that game. But
Brody Roberts with the tackle on Wilson right there. He picked up maybe a yard. Ball is going to be just over the 30, so it'll be third down and about 5. Nice pursuit there by Roberts from the far side. But you're right. you know, you can go years, Scott, and have a team like Hillsdale where you've got speed and agility and a couple of guys, and then you've got years where you got like Jonesville, you know, this year where you've got half a ton right across the front line.
Well, you can't get around them, that's for sure.
No, Hoover to throw. Look, and he's got him, man. It's caught. First down, complete.
Oh, he did catch it.
To Carter Clements.
Wow. All Hillsdale player had to do was turn around and knock it down.
Yep, Van Dusen, they're picking on him in the defensive secondary, and he didn't turn around. And Clements had to actually come back for that ball, but made a nice catch, and it's first down Jonesville at the Hillsdale 47 with just under 2.5 to play here in the first half.
Boy, that was a great catch, Bob.
It was. Had to lay out right there on the sideline, make that catch, keep everything in bounds.
The last few years, almost every year, we've had some tremendous pass rushers. We haven't seen that yet this year.
No, pitch around the left side, and that time Jake Lemeron and crew.
Blow the whistle.
Gonna drill
Thank
Wilson.
you.
Kyle Baker was in that play as well with Lemeron. Wilson, they're gonna say he lost 2, but he ran a whole lot more than that.
Oh, yeah, they tackled him. Ended up 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage, but his forward progress went to the 2, or for a 2-yard loss.
Inside 2 minutes. Comets, second down at the 48-yard line. And again, if they're going to score, they got to get a touchdown because they just don't have the kicking game. At least they haven't shown it tonight. So they'll put 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Hoover under center. Clock continuing to run, down to about 1:35. Dropping back to throw, looking, fires over the middle, incomplete.
Boy, he threw a bullet there and just out of the reach.
T.J. Thompson, the intended receiver. He wasn't going to pick up a whole lot of yards anyway, Scott, because he had about a half a dozen Hornets waiting.
But the clock stops at 1:13C, so I forgot to look when it clicked off at the end of that scoring, that field goal. But
Hornets up 10-8.
What a game! What a
it
game.
Has been.
This is great to start the season.
Both teams showing that they need a little more practice, but both teams also showing some brilliance here in the first half. Hoover back to throw out of the gun. Throws it over the middle, incomplete, almost intercepted.
Man, right through his hands again, and right through Gage Height's hands. I think he was surprised it made it through there, and it just bounced off him. But that should have been an interception.
T.J. Thompson, the intended receiver, he should have caught the ball, first of all, back at about the 35. And so the Comets on 4th and 12 will be forced to punt. And Wilson will be back to kick. Dropping back deep is Devin Van Dusen for the Hornets. 1:20 to go.
Well, good job of the Hornet defense that time of stopping after a beautiful pass and catch there on the sideline.
Good snap, good kick. Ball's going to hit and take a Comet roll all the way down to about the 15-yard line. And Scott, Brody Roberts has been very, very close to interfering with the kicker. He's the last 2 times Wilson has punted, he's dove for the ball and he's kind of rolled into him. He hasn't knocked him over.
He touched him pretty good that time, but the referee, he didn't fall down. I think if he would have fallen down, maybe.
Well, and that's the thing.
Done the acting thing, he might have gotten it. But.
Wilson may want to take a quick theater class during halftime.
Yeah.
Because you got a guy that rolls into you, all of a sudden you go, oh! And you fall down on your face. It may be enough to get the flag.
You never know. But the Hornets are deep in their own territory here. They don't want to do anything stupid.
No.
I think just make a couple running plays. Let's get out of this half. And
well, they have no timeouts.
Yep, that's
so
for sure.
1st and 10, ball at the Hillsdale 15. McCosh pitching her on the right side to Lemeron. He's got some room. He's got a hole. Steps into it. Kicks to the outside. At the 25, the 30. Slips back in up to the 40-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. 27-yard gain for Jake Lemeron. It's 1st and 10 Hornets, and they stop the clock with 1:07 to play in the first half.
I like the little brown jug thing I saw in the Daily News. That was a nice article, and
I forgot to mention that.
And that's kind of a cool tradition that Michigan, Minnesota's had all those years, and the Hornets Jonesville are going to start that.
It's a non-alcoholic jug, by the way, because it is a high school game.
Yes.
McCosh going to take it straight ahead, get a couple of yards.
And he just keeps going. Connor, nice job.
Jake Lemeron grabbed him and actually threw him forward about 2 yards.
I think he got hit 4 or 5 times in there and ended up picking up 8 yards by just turning and squeezing through there. Connor now are in a quick mode here.
Connor runs a little more upright than he should. He's got to, you got to get down, and now he'll spike the football with 45 seconds to go.
Yep, and with no timeouts, that's the only way you can stop the clock.
So McCosh will come over and talk with the coaching staff, see what they want to do on second down.
You want me to score a touchdown here, Coach, or what?
Is it third down? They've got it at third down.
Yeah,
oh, that's right. They were just shy. That's right. So it is third down.
Well, pretty interesting first half here on both sides, but the big play right now is that 37-yard field goal. How big is that for the Hornets?
Well, and if they can't get the touchdown, let's get Miller back into. That's their thinking. Let's get Miller back into scoring position. Now they'll send 3 receivers wide to the left. Van Duzen here to the right. Grant, the lone back, with McCosh out of the gun. Looking back to throw, he's got Van Duzen, first down. Still on his feet, slips a tackle. Gets all the way down to about the 31-yard line, picks up an extra 8 yards before he rolls out of bounds and stops the clock with 37 seconds to go.
I didn't think he got out of bounds. Did you see him?
No,
stop?
I didn't think he did either, but the official, unless they just stopped it long enough to move the clock.
Yeah, it's a first down.
Move the chains. Yep, they did not get out of bounds. So the clock will wind 33, 32, down to 30 seconds. McCosh taking his time.
Yeah,
better hurry, bud. You don't have any timeouts left.
Yeah, they rush around and then all of a sudden take all his time.
Another throw, and that one was to Van Duzen, who didn't even turn around.
Well,
I don't even think he was expecting it.
I don't know if he was supposed to cut there or not, but another part of that article, Bob, today was good about these kids know each other. And they do basketball. They do, in the summer they know each other. They have friends on both sides of the field, so that's really cool in these rivalries. And as long as it stays on the up and up and even, that's what we're looking for. Is just a good game between the two of them.
Game.
And we've got it so far. This has been a dogfight here in the first half.
2nd and 10, ball at the 32 of the Jonesville Comets. Hillsdale with the ball. Lemeron and Grant in the backfield. Lemeron going to get the pitch. There's a flag. It's coming back. Jake will be dragged out of bounds. Is there going to be a late flag? No. But he's dragged out of bounds at about the 21, but a flag right after that play started, and it's going to come back with 16 seconds to go.
That's a hold or whatever.
We haven't seen a hold yet tonight.
We know it's not a clip.
It is a hold on Hillsdale. So their first hold of the night. And honestly, Scott, not as many flags tonight as I would have expected.
Yeah, for the first game.
So they marked the ball back from the spot of the foul, which was the line of scrimmage. So the ball now back to the 41-yard line with 16 seconds to play.
I had nightmares all through basketball season with all the amount of flags that are thrown in football season. You'd wake up screaming. No! Couple of, there's Sam Bondra and Jake. Another Jake.
Yep.
Griffin. Got 3 tennis players there for us. Well, what a schedule the Hornet tennis team has. We've never, ever scheduled this type of competition. I've never seen it. I mean,
and playing quite well, I might
some of the top teams in the state.
McCosh floating one down for Van Duzen. It's almost picked off. It was well overthrown. Right there to try to make the interception was Jonesville's Will Taylor.
Well, a promising drive started out for the Hornets, and now they've just kind of stalled out and gone backwards, and that holding penalty sure didn't help. But
no,
I don't think a 60-yard field goal is in the offing here on the Hornets side of things. But it's third down and a long 20.
So the Hornets.
Look at how nice.
3 receivers to the left again.
Look at how nice the baseball field's been mowed.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Beautiful over there. Perfect stripes. And
here to the short side, Alex Moore for the Hornets. Pitcher on the left side to Van Duzen. He's not going to have any room at all, as Jake Wilson was right there to meet him and just drilled it.
And then he got out of it.
Yep, I take that back. That wasn't Jake Wilson. That was 28, Manly Gomez. But it doesn't matter, Scott, because the Hornets don't have any timeouts left, and that's going to do it for the first half of football. In a game a lot closer than many probably would have expected, it's a dandy as the Hillsdale Hornets lead the Jonesville Comets by a score of 10-8 You're listening to high school football on WCSR.
Identity theft is the fastest.
You could receive nationally recognized healthcare right in your own neighborhood. What if award-winning inpatient and outpatient care were just down the street? What if they already are? Hillsdale Hospital has been providing award-winning health care to the Hillsdale community for over 100 years. When it comes to quality, award-winning health care, there's no place like home. Hillsdale Hospital. Caring. Commitment. Community.
It's another fall Friday night, and your kids should be
playing high school football. It's a fun game and it's safer than ever. It's safe and it builds character.
There's no doubt that participation in extracurricular activities help teach lessons you can't always learn in the classroom. Hard work, teamwork, ethics, integrity, respect. And we think football does that very well.
It's safe because the rules.
High school rules started taking the head out of the game 40 years ago and are constantly changing to keep safety at the forefront.
The coaching.
School coaches are, above all else, teachers. We bring to the game an educational perspective.
And the equipment are better than ever before.
Game equipment has evolved over the years to enhance player safety. And in high school football, we work hard to ensure that it's properly fitted.
As a result, serious injuries are at an all-time low. Seriously.
The statistics don't lie. Over the years, the most serious injuries are greatly down. And we do a better job than ever before being aware about injuries during games and about young persons returning to play when an injury is suspected.
It's safe and it builds.
Strong schools and communities. There's nothing like a football Friday night, where everything that's good about schools and sports is on display.
Lifetime memories and friendships.
Great relationships are built through sport.